Welcome back to This Week in Texas. I'm Matt Thomas. Severe weather's already caused damage, even some injuries in parts of the state, and we're pretty early into it. A question for property owners on a myriad of topics. What does your insurance policy cover, and what does it not? Alec Stewart is with Eagle Independent Insurance Agency, and he speaks with Mitch Carr.
Without question, the most important thing for consumers to know is that they don't have to settle for an agent or a carrier that only delivers them one quote year on year. And the reason that that's so important is because so many carriers have so many different policy form and coverages. And so the first thing that I would always recommend is for any consumer to do a complete evaluation of their current carrier coverage and premium. And what they need to be asking for are specific incident questions, like if I were to have a pipe break behind a wall that I didn't know about and it continued to seep into my walls, am I covered? Is my foundation covered?
Sometimes it's a question, too, of not even knowing what questions to ask, and you just alluded to a couple of them, but another one that came up in an article recently that you and I both saw was about trees. And, you know, as they fall from one property line across another, and whether it's a live tree or a dead tree.
I mean, everything from trees to do you need flood coverage? The big one up here in the Dallas area that we're seeing quite a bit of is our request for earthquake coverage. You know, is my home covered if we have an earthquake tremor and my walls crack? So going to an independent agent that can do that evaluation for you and go over any gaps that you might have, and also provide the most competitive premiums.
What are some of the bigger issues to think about? I've heard arguments from people over the years about whether a higher deductible or a lower deductible, you know.
On the deductible issue, a lot of carriers are moving their deductibles up, and a lot of that is weather-driven with the hail that we've recently seen and some of the other issues. Some people don't even know that their deductibles may have gone up. An agent may, mention it to them or, fire through on a renewal and raise their deductible. They don't really know what that means. They don't know if their deductible went from 1% to 2%. So if you insure your home for $100,000 and you have a claim and you have a 1% deductible, you're paying, $1,000 out of pocket. But if it's raised to a 2% deductible and you're not aware of that and you have a claim, now you're paying $2,000 out of pocket.